Well, I'm running behind as usual. Anyone who's watched our channels know that we have these projects that seem to drag on for weeks and months. I'm going to try and get over in that tree line and clean that up for the fence that we still haven't done. And we started that fence project. Oh, hello, bee. We started that fence project a year ago and still haven't done it. And in order to pour the slab over there for the living room addition and the deck and everything, we've got to have the goats tied up. Yeah, I can't leave them inside their cage, I guess, because they get out and they get into everything. They jumped in my truck yesterday and ate 2 pieces of paper before I got to them. So I had a list of everything I needed to buy. They jumped in there and ate my list, and then I had another piece of paper. I don't even know what that piece of paper was, but they ate it. So I'm missing something now. So anyways, I got to get them pinned up and get that fence in. Otherwise, they'll be all over where we're doing the work at, and they could be poking holes in our vapor barrier, and they could be there'll be radiant tubing in there too. They could damage that. They could hurt themselves in the rebar. So we got to get that fence done. So right through here is pretty much where it's going. So I've got to knock all these dead branches down and clean up. And it's going to come through, take this dead locust out. It's going to go right down through there. So I don't know. It'll not be fun, I'm sure. I'm not sure how much video I got. I got a GoPro 9 around Christmas time. Bought it for myself, my own Christmas present. And the dang thing, the battery doesn't last long, and it keeps having SD card errors. And then if it does that, I'll film 2 or 3 things, runs out of battery, and then the SD card error is out, and I just lost everything I filmed. So I hope that didn't just happen. But I just knocked this big tree down. I got the root ball hooked on the bucket, so I'm going to drag it on out. But getting there. I don't know what the best method is, to go through the chainsaw or just go through it, rip it apart like I am now, but it seems working pretty good. My other equipment is at a different location right now, so I don't have access to it. I'm actually thinking of selling the backhoe. I just don't get as much use out of it as I thought I would, and then buying a little bit of a bigger excavator. So they have a mini excavator, a MIDI, MIDI excavator, and then your normal large excavator. I have a mini right now, then upgrading to the MIDI. So if I sell the backhoe and sell the mini that I have, I should be able to afford to get a newer MIDI. Most of my equipment's 20 years old at least. Okay, I switched over to the GoPro 7 that I had for a couple of years now. I know it works. So the 9 is sitting on the charger right now. So I got my chainsaw set up, and we got to take down several of these dead trees at least. There's some pretty big dead locust trees. There's one right there, one right there. And then the fence is going to come off probably right through here to the barn over there. And then it's going to shoot straight down this way. Well, trying to get out some of these trees is pretty tricky. A lot of these locusts in there are dead. I'm trying to cut those out so they don't fall in the fence, and then of course get a path cleared right through here for the fence to run through. But of course they're getting tangled up in other trees and not wanting to fall, and I'm always pretty concerned about cutting a dead tree, because as you're cutting and it's moving, you know, a dead branch could fall from the top. knock you in the head or something. It's always a little worrisome. I'm going to jump on the backhoe and try to pull out what I've cut so far, push it into a pile. I really wish I had the Mini here, because man, that claw works is awesome for doing stuff like this. The Bobcat pushes so much better than the backhoe does. The backhoe is just so big to get in there. But I can use the backhoe bucket to try to get some of these stumps up and everything. Realistically, all the trees this way should really be taken out. Most of our storms come from this direction, so if these do fall, they'll fall into the fence. Hopefully that won't happen, but I don't know. Time will tell. I'm sure we're going to have some trees fall on our fences somewhere around here. There's just so many trees. Well, I'm definitely getting closer. I've got several of the root balls up. But man, that backhoe without teeth, it's just, you can't dig into anything. So trying to move all the dirt and debris is just not going very well. But I'm doing what I can. Again, the path is going to go right through here, so I got a couple trees down there to clean up, and this is all cleaned up, and then it'll go right through there is the plan. So I'm gonna have to get on the back side when I get my Bobcat, my skid steer back here, and push a lot of this back to the west, so I can get it burned and away from the other trees. And I'll probably take down maybe that limb leaning out, a couple things like that. I don't know. I mean, tree's gonna fall in eventually. There's no way around it. I've still got to clean all this up in here too. So still a lot to do.